Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jose Alvarez. I'm the Travel and Transportation Lead in EMEA at Oracle. And it is a great pleasure to stay here with you here in London. Always a pleasure to come to such a great country. So, I'm really passionate about customer experience, but above all, I'm really passionate about transport and travel. And during last year, I've been having a lot of interesting conversations with customers. They are all telling me, Jose, we really need to look for new ways in order to see how we can improve and increase our growth. How we can as well, do a better distribution, try to drive more bookings, for instance, in hospitality. And last but not least, how we can avoid the high risk of commoditization happening in the industry. Because at the end, in the hospitality industry, they are all selling beds. So there is one thing in common in all those conversations, and that's innovation. In the previous case, my colleague mentioned co-innovation, everything, but what is really co-innovation? And how through co-innovation we can take CX to the next level? That's really simple. At Oracle, we believe that innovation is a discipline. It's not something that you wake up on Monday, you want to transform, then on Wednesday, you want to innovate, and on Friday, you want just to leave everything. It's a discipline that is composed by three parts, three pillars. The first one is the mindset. We don't believe anymore in long-term projects. We really need to prove things quite quick. And we are talking about MVPs in 10 weeks or less. The second part is the discipline, is the process that is going to help us, to embrace and to execute this project, this co-innovation projects. And the last part, capabilities. Which capabilities are we going to need in order to execute those projects? This is the discipline we are using. This is a typical design thinking process coming from framing a problem to the ideate, sharing, test, and scale the solution. And here we have a lot of capabilities. A lot of capabilities coming from software as a service, product, infrastructure, and we put it all together in one box that we call innovation in a box. It's a magic box, by the way, and the case that I'm presenting today comes from this box. Does anyone knows what is this picture? Okay, what if I say Mallorca? Please, does anyone knows Mallorca? Raise your hand if you know Mallorca. Okay, what if I say Magaluf? Magaluf, okay. So this is a new shopping mall owned by Melia Hotels International. Melia Hotels International is one of the leading hospitality groups worldwide, and we have been lucky. We have been lucky because during last year, we have been helping Melia to explore new ways to take customer experience to the new level, to identify new ways to do a better distribution, to identify new ways to come with new revenue streams. And here in this picture, we have the Momentum Plaza. And this is Magaluf, by the way. This is the new Magaluf. And they don't want to call any more Magaluf. They want to call it Calvia instead, which is the region. They are building, and they built a shopping mall with 9 properties around the shopping mall. And the huge challenge here was, okay, how we can do things differently, how we can create a connected experience somehow. So this was the challenge we had at the beginning. And just keep in mind that Melia did a really huge investment, not only Melia, but as well some of the partners, some private investors. And in total, the total amount of the investment in this area is about 250 million. And it took several years to refurbish, rebrand 10 hotels and create the shopping mall. And the challenge was to help EMEA team to create this experience beyond accommodation, by using our co-innovation methodology working in the blend team. What we created was a bracelet solution. A bracelet solution that all the customer can just take, open doors, make payments, and do many more things that I will be showing in the presentation. This was the kickoff. Remember the part framing? Okay, so this was the session. Here we have a bunch of people coming from Oracle, coming from the customer, coming as well from some partners, startup, because there was one startup involved, and we were creating the solution, defining some of the interactions in order to see how we could create this customer experience. And at the end, we create the bracelet, but it could have been something else. And by the way, what you are going to see is just a prototype, already living some of the properties, but we got a lot of interaction, a tremendous backlog of ideas. We are going to come back to this backlog of ideas in order to increase, to add more functionalities. We were inspired by some examples, such as on the right side, the Medallion done by Carnival Cruise and as well the Disney Magic Bank. But the unique thing of this solution, it was built from the beginning to be usable by merchants outside the properties. That as well the speed of innovation. It took us just 11 weeks to create the solution. As well, there was a significant reduce on the investment done by headcount and as well by money. And it's fully integrated with two of the core systems when it comes to hospitality. Property management system and as well the point of sales in order to facilitate payment. I really would like to show you a video where you will see EMEA executives talking about the project.
When Mr. Jandot asked us to do this after he saw a couple of examples with other companies and other partners, we really put the hands in our head and we said, this is not going to happen, right? We said, there is no way it's October, we're going to be able to deliver by May. Sometimes things happen, and what was amazing was the perfect time when Oracle showed up at our door and offered the possibility to co-create together with us.
For the last 3 months, we've been able to ideate, to design, and to create a new product that will transform our customers' experience while they stay with us in our resorts.
So the way the bracelet works, it's a waterproof, ruggedized bracelet which you just wear on your wrist. And it has a chip embedded in it which uses near-field communications and Bluetooth, which allows you to interact with devices and systems. So for example, you can use the bracelet to open the door to your hotel room, you can use it to pay for a drink at the bar, you can use it to pay for a meal at the restaurant, or with the flick of your wrist, you can use it to purchase goods and services at the shopping centre affiliated to the EMEA resorts.
This type of services should allow you to invest time on enjoying yourself, quality time with family, making sure that you make the most out of the resorts where you go, that you have enough information of what's going on. And we want to extend this idea of freedom to the customer at the same time, while being able to use all the services that we can provide. So it's really about cross-selling, it's about personalization, it's about delivering experiences and services to our guests.
The holiday of the future is going to be a personalized holidays for everybody. You want your holidays the way you want it delivered. That's what we are working in, and this will help a lot in achieving that.
If in 6 months' time we're still talking about the bracelet, we would have failed. I hope that people forget about the bracelet and it just becomes part of an everyday experience of staying at a EMEA resort.
We are a company that wants to create and is in a way to create one of the best customer experiences when it comes to vacation or business travel. Therefore, technology and how we handle it with our partners like Oracle is a day-to-day work.
Okay. So just coming back to the functionalities, I'm very quick because my colleague is telling me that I'm running out of time. Right now, opening doors, make payments in the resort and as well outside the resort, in the shopping mall and in all the merchants affiliated to Melia. Setting preferences and booking activities through the app, because at the end, one of the key things here is how we can increase every daily rate through the F&B spend. And then as well tracking. Tracking your kids, tracking your husband, tracking your wife, tracking your friends. Yes, tracking. We developed within Melia Rewards a new part of the application, which is the bracelet one, where you can just, play with that and say, hey, I want just to control the functionalities, because one of the things key in the workshop is that we identified that the customer wanted to have the control of everything, okay? We create, in order to facilitate the payment, a virtual point of sales, because we are working with many retailers and they have their own POS. So we create a virtual one. This is the front, but as well we create the back office. For the tracking guests in the shopping mall, more than 150 antennas. And we are just triggering customers by using our marketing cloud capabilities in order to increase, like I said before, these hourly daily rates. All integrate with Melia customer repository. It's not an isolated solution. I'm providing the heat maps, the customer 360, and as well the geo-positioning. Data. This is all about data and the goal we have in the data. Again, hourly daily rate, RevPAR, revenue per available room, and as well NPS, more intangible. How we can, increase this net promoter score by putting in place this kind of solution. This picture was taken in Open World a couple of weeks ago. So Melia was awarded as one of the most innovative projects done during last fiscal year. But hey, come on, we want more. This is not just a pilot, I'm sorry for the font here, that we did. I want to become the innovation partner for them. So right now our priorities is to roll up and to make the pilot a success in the 9 properties and 2,000 rooms at Calbea, remember, not Magaluf. And then at the same time, put the pilot at the Caribbean. So just before we go to the lunch, I would like just to show a last video which summarizes the great experience that we have built together. Thank you very much.